Hey guys, John Campea here. Thank you for visiting my movie vlog. And some information just hit online talking about the possible review embargo being lifted for Justice League. For those of you who may not know, a review embargo is a date that the studios give film critics that says you are not allowed to release your reviews until this date. So for example, if a studio shows film critics of movies on November 1st and the movie's coming out on the 20th, they may say the review embargo is in place until November 14th. The November 14th date then is the embargo date. That's the date that film critics are allowed to release their reviews. So with the highly anticipated Warner Brothers film Justice League right around the corner being released on November 17th, but really November 16th, the Thursday night is really when the movie comes out and hits theaters. A lot of people have been asking, when is the review embargo going to lift for Justice League? When are we going to get our first glimpse at the reviews for this film? Well, we may have just gotten our first hint at that. According to IndieRevolver.com writer Jay Carlson, he claims he got a note from a representative of Warner Brothers saying that the review embargo for Justice League will not lift until November 15th. That's the Wednesday at 8 a.m. If this is true and the review embargo truly does lift November 15th, that's just one day before the real release of Justice League in theaters across America on Thursday, November 16th. This has got a whole bunch of conversations going online right now, basically asking, as Justice League fans, as people who are looking forward to this movie, is this review embargo release date, like the day before it comes out in theaters, is this something we should be worried about? I have a couple of opinions on this. Two reasons why it is something we might want to be concerned about, but one very important reason why we might not want to be worried about it. Reason you might want to be worried about this, number one, is just the plain obvious one. Why would you be withholding reviews until the day before the movie comes out? Like, normally, this is a big red flag. If a movie studio ever holds up a review embargo to like a day or 2 days before a movie comes out, that's usually a giant red flag in the air saying, hey, this studio has no trust in this movie whatsoever. They don't want the word of mouth to get out there about this movie. They're trying to hide the reviews as long as possible. The second reason to be worried is going back to that whole issue of confidence. Look, we just saw Marvel Studios release the review embargo for Thor Ragnarok like a full 2 weeks before the movie even came out. That screams confidence that Marvel knew people and critics and audiences are going to love this movie. We're so confident in it. We're going to lift the review embargo weeks in advance so you guys can start talking about it because we know it's going to be positive word of mouth because we believe in our movie that much. When DC and Warner Brothers fail to show that kind of confidence, that kind of belief in their property, it makes some people uneasy. Like, if you're not confident in your own movie, why should we as an audience be confident in your movie? So yes, on its surface, Warner Brothers not lifting a review embargo until the day before that film hits theaters is concerning. There is one big important thing though to keep in mind that might alleviate your fears, and that is this. Remember Wonder Woman? Warner Brothers believed in Wonder Woman. They knew about Wonder Woman. They also had an initial embargo date just one day before the movie actually hit theaters nationwide. But what happened is, as we got closer and closer to the release of Wonder Woman, Warner Brothers then decided to lift the embargo like a full week earlier or something like that. So if you're looking for a silver lining in this situation, the silver lining could very obviously just be this. Yeah, okay, so they set the release date right now for November 15th, but that doesn't mean they're going to keep the embargo date at November 15th. Just look at Wonder Woman. So on its surface, is Warner Brothers having a November 15th embargo date concerning? Yes, absolutely. I totally would understand why anybody feels concerned. I'm just saying, temper that concern for now. Let's see if Warner Brothers lifts that review date earlier, because we've seen them do it before. They might be doing the same thing again with Justice League, but if they don't end up lifting that review embargo date to an earlier date like they did with Wonder Woman, yes, that is a reason to be concerned. But the big question here is, what do you make of all this? Are you, as somebody looking forward to Justice League, concerned that the embargo date was that late? Are you like me thinking, hey, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't panic yet. Let's see if they lift that review embargo date a little bit earlier, or do you think it's something totally different? Jump into the comments section and let me know what you think about this. Listen, guys, while you're here, why don't you take a second, click subscribe, become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. Make sure you're following me on social media, on Facebook and on Twitter, simply @JohnCampea. That'll do it for me for now, guys. Thanks a lot for joining me, and until the next video, bye-bye.